Om Swastiastu. Hello guys, my name is Kadek Tresna. Now I want to give you spoiler of Cinderella 2021 movie. I'm sure you've all heard the story of Cinderella, right? This is a musical romance movie based on a fairy tale entitled Cinderella. This movie is very interesting and also funny. In this movie, the story of Cinderella not only serve her stepmother and stepsister, but she also makes dresses because she dreamed of being to able to work herself, and Prince Robert, who stubbornly refused to take the next king's throne. And there are differences between this movie version and the fairy tale version. In the fairy tale version, the prince is told as an only child, but in the movie version, the prince has one younger sister. And the fabulous godmother in the movie version is a man, not woman like in the fairy tale version. And it was confused me because I don't know how to say that he godmother or godfather. But he said that he the fabulous godmother. And also, in the movie version, Cinderella's stepmother and stepsister are not evil as in the fairy tale version. I think they're just more realistic about life. These movies are played by the famous actor and actress. The first, Camila Cabello, who plays Cinderella. Second, Nicholas Glitzine, who plays Prince Robert. And the third, Idina Menzel, who plays Cinderella's stepmother as Vivian. And the fourth, Maddie Boylio and Charlotte Spencer, who plays Cinderella's stepsisters as Malfolia and Narissa. And the fifth, Mindy Driver, who plays Prince Robert's mother as Queen Beatrice. And the sixth, Pierce Brosnan, who plays the king, and Prince Robert's father as King Rowan. The seventh, Taula Grave, who plays Prince Robert's younger sister as Princess Gwen. And the last, Billy Porter, who plays the fabulous godmother. In this movie, it is also told that Cinderella wants to have boutique to sell the dress she has made. Even though her stepmother forbade her to make the dress, but she still made them. The first scene of this movie where the prince falls in love with Cinderella is when there is a royal announcement and Cinderella tries to see the royal family climb to the king's statue and attract the attention of the people there. At that time, the prince had fallen in love with an ordinary girl who was not noble, and she was Cinderella. From then on, the prince looked for her until he pretended to be an ordinary person and bought the dress that Cinderella was selling at the market. The next, the kingdom announced that there would be a ball for all the single girls that later could be chosen by the prince, although the prince managed to do this so that he can find and introduce Cinderella, who was the girl he loved. Then Cinderella's stepmother and stepsisters were preparing to come to the ball, but when Cinderella wanted to come, her stepmother forbade her because she had betrothed Cinderella with another man. Cinderella was feel sad, and in the end, the fabulous godmother came and helped Cinderella with her magic, so that Cinderella could attend to the ball, but on the condition that she had go to home before midnight. Next, this is an emotional scene in this movie when Prince Robert and Cinderella meet after the ball. Prince Robert confessed his love while playing the piano, but unfortunately Cinderella rejected him because she still wants to achieve her dream and still want freedom. At the same time, it is almost midnight, which means Cinderella has to go home. And then she ran away, but she was chased by the royal guard, and she left one of her glass slippers, which was thrown at the guard. But at the midnight, Cinderella returned to being an ordinary girl on her way home. The next day, Cinderella's stepmother looked for Cinderella. At that time, Cinderella was looking at the dress she had made, and when she heard her stepmother calling her, she pretended to be sick. Cinderella's stepmother saw the dress that Cinderella had made, and she told her that she also had a big dream, but she couldn't make them come true, and therefore she forbade Cinderella from making dress. At that time, Cinderella's stepmother saw the one of Cinderella's glass slippers and realized that the girl who left the prince at the ball last night was Cinderella. Then she asked Cinderella to accept the prince, and that could change the fate of Cinderella's life, but Cinderella still refused. And then Cinderella's stepmother decided to hand Cinderella over to the man she had betrothed that day. And on the same day, Prince Robert and his bodyguard were looking for Cinderella. In the middle of the journey, Cinderella with her stepmother and the man she was betrothed to, Cinderella attempted to escape, and she jumped from the horse-drawn carriage. When she ran away, she met the prince, and there they confessed their love again until the prince took Cinderella to the kingdom and introduced her to the queen and king. And that's when the king chose Prince Robert's younger sister, Princess Gwen, to be the next queen and not force the prince become a king. From this movie, we can get the moral value that the woman was not weak, and the woman have the right to speak and be creative. Just like Cinderella, who still make dress to make her dream come true. And this movie also explain equality of men and women, that women do not have to be under men's orders. And what make you won't get bored when you watching this movie is because there's a lot of singing scene, and the songs are very good and fun. And I also didn't expect in this movie Cinderella's stepmother had the story behind she forbidding Cinderella from working and making dress. Okay, that's the spoiler of Cinderella 2021 movie. And I think you should watch this movie because the movie is very interesting and different by the fairy tale version. Thank you and goodbye. Om Santi 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 Om.